We are approaching the end of the year, and this November have many great indie games will be released. So today, we pick up 15 new indie game releases that we're looking forward in this November. We start in number 15 with Forestrike. Forestrike is a pixel art tactical kung fu that blends martial arts mastery with cerebral puzzle-like combat, where every fight is less about button mashing and more about foresight and strategy. You play as Yu, a wandering martial artist on a quest to free the Emperor from a corrupt admiral's grip. And your secret weapon is the mystical foresight ability, which lets you mentally replay battles until you discover the perfect sequence of moves to overcome overwhelming odds. Meaning each encounter feels like solving a living puzzle with your fists. There are also 5 unique masters you can adopt that add some distinctiveness to the combat. Forestrike will landing on 17 November for PC and Nintendo Switch. Next, in number 14, Kingdoms of the Dump. It's a retro-inspired JRPG that channels the spirit of 16-bit classics like Earthbound and Chrono Trigger, but take place world built entirely around garbage and discarded things. You play as Dustin Binsley, the trash can knight, who journeys through the 5.5 kingdoms of the dump to stop the toxic gremlin army from plunging the land into chaos. The combat blends the nostalgia with modern aspect, with battles unfold on a grid-based system with timed hits, blending tactical positioning with a satisfying rhythm of active combat. While exploration incorporates platforming elements like jumping in elevation, something rarely seen in traditional JRPGs. Kingdom of the Dump will come for PC on 19 November. Next, for number 13, Winter Burrow. It's a cozy woodland survival game that flips the usual stress of survival titles into something warm, emotional, and inviting. You play as a tiny mouse returning from the city to your ruined childhood burrow, only to discover that your beloved aunt, the caretaker of the home, has gone missing. Your task is to restore your broken down childhood burrow to its former glory. The game merges the gentle rhythms of cozy life sims with the stakes of survival. You'll forage in snowy forest, bake pies to keep warm, knit sweaters to endure the cold, and slowly restore your burrow into a thriving home. The hand-drawn art style is also beautiful that make me more excited about the game. Winter Burrow will come on 12 November for PC and Xbox. Next, in number 12, Possessors. After a disappointing release of Hyperlight Breaker, we hope Heart Machine Studio got better with Possessors. It is an action side-scroller where you play as Luca, the unwilling host, and Ram, her volatile counterpart, forced into a tense coexistence as they fight to survive in a drowned, fractured metropolis crawling with surreal horrors. What makes it exciting is its combat system inspired by platform fighters, fluid aerial juggles, precise movement, and combo-heavy melee clashes layered onto a deeply interconnected world. The duality between Luca and Rem make it more interesting and creating a push-pull dynamic that mirrors the chaos of the city itself. Possessors will come for PC and PlayStation 5 on 11 November. Next, for number 11, Biped 2. Biped 2 is the charming sequel to Next Studio's beloved co-op adventure, and it doubles down on everything that made the original so delightful, while expanding its scope in bold new ways. Once again, you guide the adorable bipedal robots Aku and Scylla, but this time, their mission takes them beyond Earth to a mysterious alien planet after receiving a distress signal. It introduces a unique leg-based control scheme, where every step, jump, and interaction is tied to precise movement, turning traversal itself into a playful puzzle. The sequel introduces 32 brand new levels across varied biomes, a level editor for community creativity, and the option to play solo or in co-op with up to 4 players. Biped will be released on 5th November for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. And for number 10, Second Son. It's a loot-and-shoot first-person shooter with strong action RPG elements. Players step into the role of a Sunborn, a chosen warrior tasked with restoring the light of the good sun. Inspired by classic shooters but layered with modern RPG systems, it blends fast-paced gunplay, open-world exploration, and deep character progression into a hybrid experience. Players can expect procedurally generated dungeons that ensure each run feels fresh, while persistent landmarks and narrative threads anchor the world with continuity. The game emphasizes loot-driven progression, encouraging players to experiment with builds and adapt to shifting challenges. Second Son will be released on 5th November 2025 for PC. Next, in number 9, Whiskerwood. It's a city building and colony sim that puts you in charge of a community of industrious mice struggling to survive under the oppressive paw of their feline overlords. The game blends deep simulation, intricate production chains, and vertical city design, where you'll carve out layered settlements and forests, cliffs, and underground burrows, while managing resources, pollution, and the delicate balance of your colony's needs. Unlike many city builders, Whiskerwood emphasizes the cat-and-mouse dynamic as a central theme, giving the game both narrative tension and mechanical stakes. Decorating your city isn't just cosmetic, it directly benefits your mice, while environmental factors like smoke and pollution create strategic challenges. Whiskerwood will land on 6 November 2025 for PC. Next, in number 8, Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault. Its sequel to the beloved indie hit, expanding its signature blend of roguelike dungeon crawling and shopkeeping into a richer, more dynamic world where players once again live the double life of fearless adventurer by night and crafty merchant by day. The game transports players into vibrant, procedurally generated dimensions, teeming with treasures, dangerous foes, and secrets to uncover, while also tasking them with managing and growing their shop, tinkering with weapons and gadgets, and forging bonds with a community of castaways who rely on their success. Moonlighter 2 will launch in early access on 19 November 2025 on Steam. Next, for number 7, Terminator 2D No Fate. It's a side-scrolling pixel art action game that reimagines the legendary Terminator 2 Judgment Day film as a fast-paced arcade experience. Blending iconic scenes from the movie with brand new scenarios and multiple branching endings, it lets players step into the roles of Sarah Connor, the T-800, and even John Connor in the future war, battling the relentless T-1000 and Skynet's forces across explosive missions. With its retro-inspired visuals, adrenaline-fueled combat, and a mix of platforming, boss rush encounters, and arcade shooter mechanics, the game aims to capture both the nostalgia of the 1990s and the intensity of the franchise's apocalyptic struggle. Launching on 26 November 2025 for PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. Next, for number 6, is Demonschool. It's a stylish, tactics-driven RPG that fuses the eerie atmosphere of giallo horror with the strategic depth of classic Shin Megami Tensei-inspired combat. Set on a mysterious island university, the story follows Faye and her band of misfit classmates as they juggle campus life with battling grotesque demons that bleed into the human world. Its unique system makes motion equal action, letting players plan moves in advance, rewind during the strategy phase, and chain combos to dismantle enemies in creative ways. Between battles, you'll explore a branching narrative filled with side quests, quirky relationships, and light horror storytelling presented through bold, expressive character portraits. Demonschool launches on 19th November for PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. And for number 5, The Midnight Walkers. It's a hardcore extraction shooter that plunges players into the claustrophobic Liberty Grand Center mega complex, where survival hinges on every decision. Mixing PvPvE tension with horror-infused atmosphere, the game challenges you to scavenge valuable loot, craft weapons, armor, and consumables, and maintain a hideout while contending with both deadly zombies and rival players. The game emphasizes high-stakes risk and reward gameplay. Die during an expedition and you lose everything, but escape successfully and you thrive. It aims to deliver a uniquely punishing yet rewarding experience when it launches on 20 November for PC via Steam. Next at number 4, Rue Valley. It's an isometric narrative RPG from Emotion where you trap in a surreal 47-minute time loop where every action pushes the clock forward and reshapes the unfolding mystery. You play as a man wrestling with inner struggles while navigating a town full of eccentric, emotionally complex characters. The game blends psychological thriller storytelling with RPG systems like dialogue choices, exploration, and a unique personality system where status effects such as being drunk, anxious, or overconfident dynamically alter your behavior and interactions. Rue Valley launching on 11 November for PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. Next in number 3 of Ash and Steel. It's a low fantasy open world action RPG that inspired by classic RPGs in early 2000s. It transports players to the Kingdom of the Seven, a once prosperous island now in ruin, where survival depends on exploration, combat mastery, and moral choices. The game deliberately avoids modern conveniences like quest markers, encouraging players to navigate organically through its vast landscapes, uncovering secrets and shaping their own path. Combat blends melee weapons, bows, and magic, with deep customization that not only alters abilities, but also changes how NPCs perceive and react to the player. The game is set to release on 5 November for PC. Next for number 2, Constance. It's a hand-drawn 2D action-adventure Metroidvania, follows a paintbrush-wielding artist trapped in a surreal decaying inner world shaped by her declining mental health, blending atmospheric storytelling with fluid paint-based mechanics that emphasize a constant state of flow. Players can transform into paint to dive through walls and floors, slice through enemies with brushstrokes, and chain together platforming and combat sequences that evoke both creativity and urgency. Its striking hand-drawn art style and thematic depth promise a deeply immersive experience, where the act of painting becomes both a weapon and a metaphor for resilience against inner collapse. The game will be released on 24 November 2025 for PC. Next in number 1 is Unbeatable. It's a hand-drawn, anime-inspired rhythm adventure game that's set in a world where music is illegal and you do crimes. You play as Beat, a rebellious frontwoman leading her band through a journey of self-discovery, friendship, and resistance, blending narrative exploration with arcade-perfect rhythm gameplay. The game combines story-rich conversations, open-world wandering, and spectacular live performance set pieces, all powered by an original soundtrack that drives both the plot and the action. With its branching choices, quirky characters, and emotional themes, Unbeatable aims to capture the spirit of 1990s anime while delivering a modern, stylish rhythm experience. It's set to launch on 6 November for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series. Although I said 15, actually it's more than that, and we got several bonus games for you. We got Desert Race Adventures, a rally adventure with a roguelike twist that feels like Rally Dakar racing meets with Oregon Trail. You are racing across Europe and Africa while facing challenges with resource management and team strategy. We also got another medieval game, in Tales of Old, Dominus. This is open world game with action RPG as at heart. Players will guide Eric on a path of vengeance, forging alliances, seizing territories, and building settlements through resource gathering, crafting, or even theft. They're also the sequel of Wall World. The game, building on the original's addictive loop, it expands exploration both above and below the wall, introducing new monster types, deeper mines, and more surface encounters. Don't forget Neon Inferno, a cyberpunk-inspired 2D running gun that channels the spirit of classic shooter games such as Contra, Metal Slug, and Wild Guns. We also got JRPG Remaster in Anima Gate of Memories, I&II Remasters is a collection that brings together the original Anima, Gate of Memories, and its sequel, The Nameless Chronicles, rebuilt with enhanced visuals, rebalanced combat, and smoother performance. As I said, there are a lot of cool indie games in this November that unfortunately we can't include them all here. If you are looking forward to playing one of these games or even outside the list, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you in the next video.